if you're not operating at the level that you know you should be operating at, if there's been a period in your life where you have been a more optimal version of yourself, if you can look back and your body was in a better shape than it is now, you should be embarrassed because you're letting your people down. You don't think your woman notices? You don't think your woman notices that you're not as disciplined as you were? You don't think your woman notices that you're getting a little fluffy around the love handles? You don't think your woman notices that you say you're going to do something and you don't do it? You don't think your woman notices that you say you're going to start a diet and you never get to it? You don't think the people around you notice? You don't think your family, your friends notice? Most importantly, you don't think you notice? You're watching yourself all the time. You notice, but you try to cope and tell yourself that nobody else knows. It's okay. No one really notices. No, everybody notices. So you can't be letting yourself down by continuing to live at a suboptimal level when you know you could be living up here. If you want your wife, your woman, to look up to you, but this is average, everyone that's average is down here. If you're not performing at a higher level than what average people perform at, then how is your woman going to look up to you? If you're down here and your woman, she's down here as well because she wants a man who can truly guide her and lead her and teach her. And in order for someone to lead someone else, they have to be separate from the pack, right? They cannot be performing at the same level as everyone else. That's why it's called a leader and a follower. The leader must perform at a higher level than everyone else. So if you want your woman to look up to you, you must be performing at a higher level, the level that you know you could be performing at. Don't perform at a suboptimal level because you know you could be doing better. You know there is another level to you that could be unlocked simply by just doing what you say you're going to do, by simply setting a goal, telling yourself, I'm going to do this. I'm going to drop to 5% body fat. I'm going to drop to 10% body fat. I'm going to lose 30 pounds. I'm going to go on a bulk. Whatever it is, you need to start doing what it is you know you need to do because you can't keep performing at this suboptimal level. The suboptimal level, it's going to keep you in a place where you're not going to inspire anyone. Do you really want to live a life where you don't inspire anyone? I know I don't. A life where you don't inspire anyone. And I'm not even talking about on a large scale. If that's not what you want to do, that's cool. But don't you want to inspire the people in your life? Don't you want to inspire your friends? Don't you want to inspire your woman? Don't you want to inspire your family? Don't you want to inspire your siblings to show them a better way to life when the people around you aren't performing at the level that they should be performing at? How are you going to tell them, hey, you shouldn't be performing at that level? Because that would make you a hypocrite because you're performing at the same level that they are, but you're trying to call them out on that bullshit. You can't be doing that. You got to start separating yourself from average. I know you don't want to live an average life. So what is stopping you? I see a lot of people say, oh yeah, I should be doing that. I got to get back to it. I got to do that. Those are weak words. The moment you stop using those weak words and you start telling yourself, I will, that's the problem. You have a credit score with yourself, whether you know it or not. The same way you have a credit score with the bank, the same way when the bank gives you a loan, you get a credit score and you tell them, I'm gonna make it a 72-month term, right? Or however long. Excuse me. However long you choose to do it, you tell them a specific time that you're gonna pay it off, and every single month there's a certain date that you pay your payment, right? And if you pay the payment on time and you finally pay off the loan, what happens to your credit? It goes up. You're a more trustworthy individual. But what happens when you have a payment and you miss it? And you have a payment and you miss it. You have a payment and you miss it. You don't pay it on time. Now your credit score is down here, right? Triple nickels, 555. What happens? You're not a trustworthy individual in their eyes anymore. Understand, you have a credit score with yourself. You have a credit score with your people. The moment that you tell yourself you're going to do something and then you don't do it, your credit score drops. And you know what's worse? Not telling yourself to do anything, because you've gotten to the point where you say, you know what? I already know I'm not going to do it. So I'm just not even going to tell myself anything. I'm just going to eat what I want to eat. I'm going to get fat. It's okay. I won't even tell myself I'm going to get on a diet anymore, because what's the point? I'm not even going to do it. Your credit score has dropped so low that you can't even set a goal for yourself. You need to work on getting your credit score with yourself back up. Don't worry about anyone else. Worry about yourself. Worry about, I got to wake up at this time. Why? What's the point? What's the point? I could just get an extra hour of sleep, right? I could just get 2 extra hours of sleep. I don't have to wake up so early. The point of you waking up at an early time and doing it every day is to restore your credit score with yourself, to restore the credibility. Because if you've been acting like a lazy piece of shit for a long time and you're losing confidence, your credit score with yourself is low, how are you going to get it back? How are you going to get it back? Because you feel like shit, right? You give yourself undeniable proof. Because after you've woken up at the time you said you were going to wake up, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5 days, 6 days, 7 day, 8 day, 9 days, 10 days. After 20, 30 days, you have undeniable proof. It's not a matter of opinions, it's a fact. So your credit score with yourself will start to go up, because you can finally tell yourself and be honest with yourself and say, when I say I'm going to do something, I fucking do it. So strive to keep your word with yourself. I set my time to wake up at 6:30. And there's days where I might go to sleep late and I don't really feel like waking up at the time I said I was going to wake up. But when I wake up in the morning, I tell myself, I am a man who does not miss. And if I told myself I was going to do it, that means more to me than anything else in the world. Because how are you going to achieve anything great if you can't even keep a simple promise you made to yourself? A promise like, I'm going to wake up at this time. I'm going to wake up at this time. So if your credit score with yourself is shit, what do you think the people around you think? Your credit score to your woman, to your friends, starts to drop. When someone tells me they're going to do something and I start to see that they're not doing it, the credit score starts to drop. People start to lose respect for you. Your woman will start to lose respect for you. Why? Because respect is earned. Respect is not just given. They can still love you. The people in your life, they can still love you, because someone can love you for who you are. But respect, a woman can only respect you if you are worth respect. A man can only respect you if you are worth respect. Your family, your friends, they can only respect you if you are worth respect and you have earned it. So understand, your credit score will start to drop when the people around you see that you're performing at a suboptimal level. I've had times in my life where I was, not as disciplined as I know I could be. And my woman tell me, hey, I expect more out of you. And some shit like that will motivate the fuck out of me. That's all I need to hear. All I need to hear is, I expect more out of you. And then I keep that standard with myself, because I remind myself, that's true. There should not be a moment where I'm performing at a suboptimal level, because I am a leader and I must perform at a higher level and keep a high standard for myself, even when I don't feel like it. So I strive towards keeping my word with myself, because I want my credit score with myself high. What's the point of having a good credit score in the bank, but you don't even have a good credit score with yourself? Like the video, leave a comment down below, guys. Peace out.